Islamabad, a retired Afghan general has defected to the Taliban in western Farah province, according to Afghan and Taliban officials, as concerns rise over members of the Afghan security forces switching sides at a critical moment in the war.
A spokesman for Afghanistan's Interior Ministry called the news regretful in a statement Sunday, accusing retired General Abdul Jalil Bakhtawar of choosing violence over a life of dignity.
Bakhtawar's son, who is the deputy governor of Farah province, disputes his father's defection.
A Taliban spokesman released a video Monday welcoming Bakhtawar.
The Honorable General was in contact with our Mujahideen, and we are happy to have him in our ranks, says a senior Taliban official in the video who is not identified by name. He is an influential personality, and it is great that he is back at his home.
In the video, Bakhtawar is seen saying, "Let there be peace. I am happy to return to my home. I hope that there should be total peace, and all the elders should join hands. There shouldn't be any bloodshed on the land."
At no time in the video does he pledge loyalty to the Taliban or denounce the Afghan government.
Following the signing of a peace deal between the United States and the Taliban, Afghan security forces have been racked by waves of violence. On the ground, Afghan government commanders have said they fear that mounting casualties among their men are undercutting morale.
A foreign diplomat in Kabul said the number of defections within the Afghan security forces have increased following the signing of the peace deal more than 2 months ago. Afghan officials in provinces hit hardest by the uptick in Taliban attacks have also relayed reports of increased defections.
The officials spoke on the condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to speak to the media.
The U.S. military command in Afghanistan dismissed reports of large numbers of defections.
"We are not seeing these defections at the scale the Taliban are claiming or at a rate which would exceed previous attrition rates," a U.S. defense official said, speaking on the condition of anonymity in line with department regulations.
Dadullah Khani, a local lawmaker in Farah province, said the nature of Bakhtawar's surrender was worrying because others may follow in his footsteps.
The retired general has joined the Taliban, thinking the government may collapse, Khani said. "We fear that his surrender may turn into a trend for others to join the Taliban."
Bakhtawar's military service dates back 2 decades, and his family remains politically powerful. But the retired general doesn't have a loyal armed following and so would not be bringing additional fighters to the Taliban's ranks, Khani said.
High rates of desertion, not necessarily to Taliban ranks, have long plagued Afghanistan's security forces. In a December 2019 report to Congress, the Pentagon warned attrition continued to degrade the security forces.
Bakhtawar's son Masood insisted Monday that his father had not joined the Taliban. "My father has not surrendered, he hasn't surrendered, I completely deny it," he said in an interview. He said his father had received permission from the Taliban to travel to his village, which is under militant control.
Retired General Dawlat Waziri, who previously served as spokesman for Afghanistan's defense ministry, said the Taliban was trying to undermine Afghan forces by encouraging defections and increasing attacks.
Waziri said that to protect Afghan forces, the country's political leaders must speed up direct talks with the Taliban, to reach a settlement sooner rather than later.
The U.S.-Taliban peace deal included a requirement for intra-Afghan talks to begin in early March. But the process has been plagued by delays and differing positions on a prisoner swap.
U.S. and Taliban officials have traded heated comments on social media in recent weeks, accusing each other over the increased violence.
A spokesman for the U.S. military command in Kabul said in a recent statement that the Taliban verbally agreed to bring violence levels down by 80% following the signing of the peace deal. But the text of the agreement requires the Taliban to cease attacks only on American and coalition targets.
Sharif Hassan in Kabul and Haq Nawaz Khan in Peshawar contributed to this report.
Taliban attacks in Afghanistan surge after U.S. peace deal, inflicting heavy casualties.
Afghan Taliban talks over prisoner swap collapse, threatening to upend U.S. peace deal.
Afghan peace effort inches forward after U.S. threatens to cut $1 billion in aid.
Today's coverage from Post correspondents around the world.
Like Washington Post World on Facebook and stay updated on foreign news.